Welcome back to AM Northwest. If your garden isn't thriving, it could be under stress. Here to solve your summer garden problems, we welcome back Executive Director of Growing Gardens, Jason Skipton. Good to see you again.
It's great to be back.
So people are experiencing some issues with their gardens right now.
Yeah, right. We're at the height of our garden season.
Yeah.
And so all of the leaves are blooming. Everything's out there right now, but also so are the pests.
Yeah.
So we're feeling stressed sometimes as people, right? Our plants also feel that as well. So we have to really start to observe what's happening.
What's going on
So
with them?
I encourage us all,
Okay.
us included, step outside.
Look
Take
at them.
5 minutes, sit with your plants. I know it might seem extreme, but like, see what's going on, see what's happening.
Okay.
Take a look at certain things.
Well, what's going on here?
And look to see if there's
What
anything
is this?
flying. So this is a kale plant. We grow lots of kale here in this region. So these are aphids. Aphids are consuming this plant little by little. And so what we need to do is figure out, is this plant savable?
Okay.
So take a look at the plant and figure out, you see this photo here?
Yeah.
So when you look at this plant, sometimes you're gonna see like, oh, there's actually no good leaves here.
Oh,
but
no.
what you need to do is start stripping these away and actually cutting these away, because
All the leaves that
all
have
the leaves, what
holes
we
in
maybe
them.
don't see on the front side, take a look at what we see on the back side.
Oh,
These are
gross.
all aphids,
Let
every
me see if I
single
can
one
show.
of them.
Yeah. Wow.
Right, and if you want to get a closer look, which is really fun to do, you could then take a loop reader or something like a magnifying glass and then look and see what's actually happening there, right? This is a really fun activity for us as adults,
Yeah.
but also for kids to see what's happening.
Oh, okay.
So maybe your plant is okay, it's salvageable. We're talking just about kale and aphids right
Okay.
now, right? Because there's lots of other diseases we can talk about. So what we want
Now
to do,
I feel itchy.
right? Like a little
Yeah.
bit, like it's
Yeah,
happening, right?
I
You
do.
want to see what's
Feel like
happening.
it's- yeah. Oh, yeah.
So
okay.
you'll take soap, dish soap, right? Any kind of dish soap, and a spray bottle.
Okay.
This is a really big support to have. You want to then coat this leaf all the way down, but remember, where do they live? On the backside. You
Okay.
have to spray the backside.
Yeah.
And this is like a 1 or 2 pumps of soap in here. You don't want it super soapy.
Sure.
But this is really to create the leaf to be slippery, so they can't actually
Oh,
attach.
interesting. Okay.
Right? Now again, if the plant that we're looking at is too gone, we
Yeah.
can't save it.
Okay.
Now's the time. It's okay. Cut the plant off. Please don't compost it, because
Okay.
all of these things, all of these plant diseases will end up in our compost system, and they'll
Oh.
continue to live.
I had no
Throw
idea.
them away
Okay.
in the garbage or
Okay.
burn them. I'm
Okay.
serious.
Yeah.
Like we
I'm
don't want them
listening, I'm
anywhere.
listening.
We don't want them anywhere near, because our
Okay.
next
Yeah.
really big issue that's
Yeah.
happening right now, these were just harvested yesterday, is powdery mildew.
Yes, I've seen that.
Everyone knows this one.
Yes.
Right? This will exponentially grow overnight. So what you'll see one day,
Overnight, this can
overnight,
happen.
what you'll see one day is, oh, there's a little bit on one leaf,
Yeah.
and then it's on 2,
Oh,
and
wow.
then it's on 3,
Yeah.
and then it's on half of my plant.
Yeah.
So the rain that we got today was awesome.
Yeah.
Wake up to some, drizzle.
Right.
But what happens is, in how this disease transfers, is that water droplets hit this and it creates a powder. Again, powdery mildew.
Yeah.
This then launches off onto the other leaf, and then to the other leaf, and then it's going to land on your other things. It's actually going to end up over here on kale.
Wow.
And so within a matter of days, this powdery mildew can infest your entire garden.
So how do you prevent this from happening?
Right, so what you can do initially is start cutting these leaves out from your plant. Literally pruning them out.
How? So you just went down here.
Yep,
So you're
and
saying
prune
that
them
far
all
down.
the way down.
Okay.
Here's the other thing too, is be very careful when you transport these, because if you're like kind of just shaking these around, you're going to then be transporting that powdery mildew to the rest of your garden.
Wow.
Right, so be careful with harvesting these.
Okay.
This is really important.
Okay.
Again, throw these away or burn these.
Yeah, gotcha.
Right, so
don't put them in the
the other
compost.
idea is, like, maybe not your plant is totally infested. You caught it early. What you can do is a really easy solution is milk. I know this sounds a little strange. There's a
odd.
protein in milk. It could be any milk. It could be whole milk. It could be half, it could be half and half even if you wanted.
Okay.
It could be low fat, whatever. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
So it's a 10-to-1 ratio. So think 1 cup milk, 10 cups water.
Okay.
Again, spray bottle. Spray bottle is your friend. Spray down the leaves, right? You want to get all of the leaves and wet them down, because the protein in the milk will then attack the powdery mildew and dry it out. so then it won't continue to then grow and move on to the next
How long will
plants.
that take to work? So if
Yeah, you're going to need to be diligent about this. This
Okay.
isn't a one-time application.
Okay.
You need to go out there daily. Again, this is where observing your garden, what's happening, what's
Right.
going on.
Right.
So going out and continuing to spray your plants, spray all the way down to the soil. Totally fine.
Wow.
Not
All
going to
right.
hurt the plant at all.
Okay.
This isn't going to, none of these are serious, like harmful, remedies.
Sure.
What you want to do if these things aren't working, let's say the soap's not working for aphids.
Right.
I really recommend neem oil. You can buy it in a spray bottle. Neem is an
oil.
actual plant. It's a
Okay.
seed. They extract the oil from it. But here's the trick about neem oil. A lot of people think, oh, I'm going to spray this on and all the bugs are going to die and fall off. Neem oil does not do that. Neem oil actually stops the reproductive system.
Oh, wow.
So of all these insects, right?
Okay.
So they're going to live.
Yeah.
They're going to continue to eat your plants, but they won't be able to reproduce. So after one cycle of aphids,
Right.
they'll then die off. So
Okay.
give it patience.
Yeah,
That's the
give
other
it
thing about
time.
this. Give it a little bit of time.
Yeah. I don't know what we have here.
Yeah, so this is beet greens. So beet greens is what's happening here. I wanted to show this one in particular, right? So people might think, oh, what's happening to my plant here?
Yeah.
A lot of this is sun. This
Oh,
is sun exposure.
okay.
It's too hot. It actually burned this leaf. So again, we're not producing for, restaurants or anything.
Yeah.
Like this is home consumption. So a lot of this you can cut off and continue to eat.
Okay.
But you might need to start thinking about shade. Do we need a little bit more shade for these plants? Do these have slugs, right? Do these have
Yeah.
things that are chewing at this plant? Sure. Pull this away and then start to look around. Are there slugs coming out at night? Probably.
Oh, yeah.
This looks to me like a slug issue.
Yeah.
Right?
Gotcha.
The other thing is basil, right? So basil, this was just harvested yesterday. 2 kinds of basil here. Genovese or Italian basil and then Thai basil. So if you want to continue to have your harvest of basil, what you need to do right now, super important, is take these seed pods off. If you don't take these seed pods off, what's going to happen is that all of the energy from this plant is
Yeah.
going to go into producing seeds. That's the cycle of this plant. So it's going to
Okay.
stop producing leaves.
Right.
So what you need to do is come through, and you can be pretty aggressive with basil. Basil grows a ton.
Okay.
So cut these back
Yeah.
and take all of the seed pods off, right? So
Okay.
then your plant will continue to grow leaves.
Fascinating. We never have enough time with you. This is just so awesome. So, Jason, thank you so much. Growing
having me.
Gardens. I appreciate everything you do. Lots
Observe,
to
get out there.
Yeah,
Enjoy it.
exactly. Check in with your plants. All right, we'll be right back with more AM Northwest.